Hey guys, I'm Alistair from Trail & Kale and this is my HOKA Arahi 7 review. If you're not familiar with Trail & Kale yet, we are an online website designed to help you run your best, and that's through our running 101 advice, run training plans and schedules, and also our running shoe reviews just like this one. So first off, who's this shoe for? What are the selling points of this shoe? Well, it's very much a supportive running shoe. But it's very versatile because it's also a very popular choice for walkers as well. And I can see why, because of the stability and the support, because HOKA is using their JFrame technology in this shoe, which is a piece of midsole within the midsole in the shape of a J, which kind of hugs your underneath of your heel and it gives you that stability. So yeah, a very versatile daily trainer. Now I'm going to share the key statistics of the Arahi 7 before getting into this review. So firstly, they cost $145 from hoka.com. It is also available in a wide version, which is a good thing. I'll go into why that's a good thing in just a minute. It weighs roughly 9.5 ounces or 270 grams for those who use grams. That's pretty lightweight for a stability running shoe like this. The upper is quite heavy and it's quite thick and plush, and that's probably where a lot of the weight is coming from, because this EVA foam here is very, very lightweight. There is a 5mm drop from heel to toe, and that's a really good thing. Sizing and fit then. So they do come up a little bit narrow. If you do have average size or medium width feet, then you should be okay. If you have narrow feet, then the laces will cinch down very nicely for you guys as well. If you have slightly wider than average feet or very wide feet, there is a wide version of this shoe and I would recommend going for that one for you guys. What kind of stability or support has it got? Well, as I said earlier, this is a stability or support running shoe. So anyone who needs that to kind of align their biomechanics, fix any pronation issues that you might have, then you probably are going to want a support running shoe like this. And then finally, how much cushioning does it have? Well, it's very much right in the middle for HOKA, medium cushioning I would say. And I really like that there is a good amount of cushioning under the forefoot as well as under the heel as well. Some stability shoes do lack a little bit of support underneath the forefoot, but HOKA has done a really good job here of spreading it out throughout the shoe. And the benefit of it being a medium cushion shoe means there is some responsiveness to the shoe as well, so you don't lose all that response from the plush cushioning. It's got a really good balance. Some of the competition out there right now then, I would say you might want to look at the On Cloud Runner, the Brooks Adrenaline GTS 23, and maybe the Nike Infinity Run 4. All right, that's all the nerdy stuff out of the way. Let's go into the good. So the things that I really liked about this shoe, and then I'll share the bad. Now there's definitely more good points to this shoe. The first one I would say is just how comfortable it is when you take it out of the box and just slip it on. It's very much classic HOKA, fits really nicely, feels like a cloud when you put your feet in there. And a lot of that is down to the plush cushioned upper, which as you can see around the collar and the heel counter at the back, it's very nice and padded, very thick. This is also the case for the tongue. So there's tons of padding. Anyone who's maybe new to running or wants these shoes as a walking shoe, you're absolutely going to love how it feels on your feet. It's just so much support and cushioning. So that's the first thing. I really like the upper, and I forgot to mention it is pretty breathable as well. So yeah, they've done a really good job here. Now the second thing that stood out to me was actually how low this collar region of the shoe is. So if you have low ankles and you're used to unfortunately feeling like the collar of the shoe rubs on your ankles, then you most likely won't get that issue with these shoes because this section is so low, and I actually really like that. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like, maybe comment down below to let me know you're watching it and you're enjoying it, and consider subscribing to this channel for more running shoe reviews just like this one. Seeing as we're in this area of the shoe, the other thing I really like is this articulated heel counter, which you see on a lot of HOKA running shoes right now. And what that does is makes them really easy to slip on for one. But second, it gives your Achilles space to move. It gives them ability to flex and move during your stride in a more natural way. And it feels really comfortable. And I love how there's no pressure put onto your Achilles because of this design feature. Love that. Other good point I would say would be the JFrame Technology, which is proprietary technology coming out of HOKA. And what that is you can't see it because it's inside the midsole, but it's this section of foam that kind of forms this J shape. And what that does is stops your heel from rolling effectively. So it's really good if you have pronation issues, and very good if you just generally need stability shoes. Maybe you're a new runner and you want to make sure your biomechanics, your knee and your foot is kind of aligned properly whilst you're running and whilst you're striding. And that's what a stability shoe does. And the HOKA Arahi 7 does that really nicely as well. And then finally, I've got to mention how affordable and how well priced this shoe is at $145. It's very reasonably priced because it's so versatile. You can use this for your daily jogs, your daily running adventures, but also you can take it on your walks. So it's very much good for a lifestyle shoe as well. So you can just use this shoe for whatever you want, multi-use. And that for $145, I would say is very good value. Downsides then, well, like I alluded to before, it can seem narrow. It does hug your foot very nicely. I have average size or medium width feet, and it does feel quite tight on there, but nothing too constrictive. But I can see if you've got slightly wider than average feet or wide feet, this shoe probably won't be for you. And in which case you would have to buy the wide version of this shoe, which you can just click on their website, just switch it over to wide on the product page, and that would be the shoe for you. Second thing I feel like that could be improved for the Arahi 7 would probably be the silhouette or the geometry of this shoe. I'd like to see more of a rocker, and that's that kind of rocking chair shape along the bottom. That I feel like would give me a better kind of stride. It would help feel more efficient when I'm running. But that's one of the reasons I think makes this shoe a good walking shoe as well, because it doesn't have that. So you can't have it all. And if you did want that, then you'd probably have to look at the HOKA Clifton 9, for example. I'll put a review up here so you can go check that one out as well. And then finally, the thing that could be improved, I feel, on the outsole is durability. The white sections here are the EVA foam, and you will notice this will wear down much quicker than the black area, which is a rubberized rubber compound where there's much more tread on this section. You will notice that it's zoned out, and this is because where they put the rubber compound is where you're going to use or where you're going to need the grip most. So it makes sense, and the rubber compound is much heavier than the EVA foam, so they don't put it everywhere so that HOKA can keep the weight down of the shoe. But just to be aware, it is less durable on the EVA foam. Well, that's it from me and this HOKA Arahi 7 review. I hope it gave you some insights into whether this running shoe is for you. Like I said before, it's very versatile. If you do want just one pair of shoes for daily jogs and also a shoe for walking with, then this is a really good choice for you. It's very reasonably priced at $145 as well. So yeah, let me know if you've got any questions at all in the comments down below. Always happy to reply to those very quickly. So please just fire away, ask me anything you want. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.